In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Polygonal Lasso tool. So the Polygonal Lasso tool lives over here with the Lasso tool. So make sure you click and hold and make sure you've got the polygonal one. That refers to straight edges. If you'll recall, the last video was how to use the Lasso tool, which is organic shapes, circles, and so on. Polygonal Lasso tool works a little differently and does straight lines. So if I click once, and then I'm just sort of move my mouse around. See how it is like a rubber band? If I click, I get another bit of a rubber band, and I can just make all these straight lines. With the Polygonal Lasso tool, you have to go back to the beginning and watch carefully what happens. Do you see the circle appear? That means when the circle appears, that means it's come back to the beginning, and if I click, I'll now have a shape. If I click and it's not a circle, I get another rubber band, or I can double click, and it just brings it snaps right back to the beginning, okay? So I'm gonna deselect to get rid of that. That was just sort of practice. So what we're going to do is select the sky in this photograph of San Francisco, and I also have a photograph of a sunset. I would like you to use this photograph of the San Francisco skyline, but then you can put whatever you want in the sky. I have a sunset photo here, and I will include it in the tutorial, but if you want to put your own sunset or something else, space, sky, anything you want in that space. But first we need to select the sky. So I'm going to make sure I have the Polygonal Lasso tool here, and I'm just going to click, and I'm going to go around and basically outline the skyline, clicking at all the vertices, making sure that I am doing this as carefully as I can. We can zoom in. It's just a finger pinch here on the trackpad to zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. And a 2-finger scroll to sort of move it around. The other thing you can do is if you hold down the space bar, see how the hand appears? And you can move your photo around there with the space bar hand. Okay. Now I'm just going to continue with this. Now on a curve, you need to break it up into smaller sections so that you don't lose some of that curved edge. If I were to just do a straight line, it would sort of shave off some of that. So you can make multiple clicks around those curved edges. Now, when you get to this point here, you can actually click a little bit beyond the outside of the photo and it will just select the photo itself. So I'm just going to click a little bit beyond just so that I make sure I get that full sky. Coming back to the beginning, I see the circle appear, so I know it's okay to click. And now I have the photo sky selected. So now I have my entire sky selected. Now I want to get rid of this blue sky. So I'm going to delete it. And I can do this by simply clicking on the delete key on my keyboard. Now, if this pops up, I've forgotten to do one thing, and that is to unlock the layers panel. So I'm going to unlock the layers panel by clicking on the little lock. Now when I hit the delete key, I get the sky has disappeared. Whenever you see those little checker marks, that means just sort of transparency. Now I'm going to click over to my sunset. Now to select it completely, the whole thing, you can easily go to select all, and now you have the whole thing selected. Going to go to edit, copy, go back to the skyline, edit, paste. You might get this little profile, and that is okay. That's just telling you that the color space is a little different. For this, it doesn't matter. Now that sunset has gone completely over my sky, and I want the sunset to be behind my building, so I'm going to just drag it. I just clicked and dragged. I'm going to zoom out a little so I can see what I've got here. And so now I have this sunset. Now if I don't like the position of it, I can click on the Move Transform tool, and I can actually literally just click. Oh, I have to make sure that I'm on the right layer. Oop, why isn't it letting me move it around? Oh, there we go. Oh, it has them both selected for some reason. Okay, make sure that just the sunset is selected. And then you can move this around to someplace that you would like. I think I moved my little city accidentally. Okay, so move them how you want. I kind of like that sun sort of setting between the two cities. And save it and turn it in.